expert, Pragya Kumar, a senior HR resource who will address issues at large from the point of view of an HR. She will share her views with and what does an HR look in a candidate and what are the things one should be mindful while appearing in an HR round. She has served the industry for more than 29 years and was instrumental in hiring from campuses. Over to you, Pragya ma'am.
Thank you, Molly. And thank you, Team Recruiters, for giving me this opportunity. It has always been a pleasure interacting with students at the campus. And in fact, I must admit that some of the best moments of my career have been the time when I've spent visiting there. I just love the energy of these young people, and I have made some of my best hires from the campus. So it's actually a pleasure, interacting on this platform about this topic. Whenever I meet students at the campus, I feel that they have the basic ingredients that every organization looks for. And these ingredients, I would like to say, are energy, enthusiasm, positivity, passion, and the zeal to go out and conquer the world and just prove themselves to the corporate world. And this is what every corporate needs. So remember, don't lose this when you are planning for an interview. Keep these ingredients alive in you. Ideally, when I go, I would like to hire every such student at the campus. But unfortunately, we have constraints and we cannot hire everyone. So we look at some criteria to shortlist. And Sanjay ji has shared some very great tips about how to prepare for your interview process and things to be mindful of before the interview. And I hope all of you have taken note of those. Continuing on the same note today, I would like to share with you some additional pointers about what we look for in each student when we have to filter the best from amongst the great candidates, because I sincerely believe that all of you are wonderful candidates. But some tips from my end. The first thing, that we look at in the candidates is, have you done your homework? When you're going for an interview, have you researched the details of the organization? Have you looked at the job description? Have you looked up the Glassdoor reviews? Have you talked to seniors who may be working with the organization? And have you, after doing all this research, tried to tailor your profile and interview preparations to connect the dots between your skills and the skill sets required by the organization? Not only the technical skills, but also the soft and cultural skills. Remember this, you do not have unlimited time during the interview process, and therefore it's important for you to showcase yourself as the best candidate by doing prior research, preparing / participating for the practicing for the interview accordingly. It is very important for you to prepare and practice. This planning and research will help you frame your responses to the needs of the organization. So let's say, for example, if you are interviewing with a product-based company, talk about the product that you may have designed or one that you were a team member of. I remember a candidate who during the interview process, he steered the discussion towards the product flow of our company and in fact gave some very nice insights about the same. This showed not merely that he had a strong technical skill, but also that here is someone who has actually done his homework and has expressed his sincerity and commitment to the organization. Connect the dots between your skills and those needed by the organization. If you specifically highlight these during your interview process, you will have succeeded in showcasing yourself, and it shows your sincerity, commitment, and that you have done your homework. This, believe me, is valued by every organization. I remember when I was young and almost 29 years ago, I was young and I was appearing for my first interview. And during those times, if I had to diversify my knowledge or if I had to study, I would read magazines, newspapers. In fact, I remember my father had also come down and he would take mock interviews with me, ask me questions like, tell me something about yourself. What do you think about this particular current affair issue? And so on. Today, life is easier and simpler. You just Google it. And Google gives you the sample questions and answers. My request is, please use this tool. But then I have another very, very sincere request to make. Remember, nakal mein bhi akal use karna hai. I see people using Google, but they just use it blindly. There are several sample questions and answers, on Google, such as tell me about yourself, tell me about your strengths and weaknesses, sample tech questions, soft skill questions, common as well as even uncommon questions. But remember that these are only sample questions and answers. You have to tailor these to be your answers, which is true to you and customized with reference to the organization you are interviewing with. Let me share a very simple example for you. There is one question that the recruiter usually asks at the end of an interview. When they'll ask you, is there anything else that you want to ask me? And I'm amazed how people come up with all Google provided questions. Please do not do that. In fact, some people also say, no, I do not have any question. Don't do that too. Please ask. But Google questions are examples. Do not just pick them up. Tailor them to the organization. Let the recruiter know that you're connecting the dots and are serious about the job by asking the question. See, for example, if you've read on the website that this organization has opened up a new office, ask, what are your expansion plans? I noticed that you've opened up new offices or something like this. Make it more specific about the company and not generic. Remember to connect the dots. Do your research about the organization and prepare, plan, practice accordingly. Very, very important. The second tip, that I'd like to share with all of you is, when it comes to making the final decision to hire amongst the shortlisted candidates, for example, say we have to make 4 offers and I have 7 shortlisted candidates. When it comes to eliminating, we also look at the diversity in your portfolio, both technical and non-technical. Have you taken up leadership responsibilities in school and college? Have you been involved in debating societies, TED Talks, an NGO, a cricket team captain, best batsman, and so on? But diversity in your portfolio also means acquiring technical skills that are not part of your course curriculum, but which are very important in the real corporate world. As Sanjay ji said, when he was talking, he said that the world is fast changing, and to keep pace with that, you have to continuously update yourself and be ready to face the new world. So for example, let's say if HR is a chosen field, while you've been taught all the theory and all the HR concepts in your classroom, but please make sure that you have done a course on advanced Excel and making PowerPoint presentations. Believe me, HR is not only about people skills, which is a very, very popular myth. Or let's say you're a CS student, a computer science student. You should make sure that you pick up at least 2 or 3 languages which are latest and which is the demand of the day. Technology is changing very fast today, and if you do not keep pace with the latest languages, you will not be able to survive in the corporate world. While grades and technical skills are most important, and never, in capital words, never, ever ignore them, because that is what gets you shortlisted in the first place. But a diversity in your portfolio can tilt the scale in your favor when we need to choose between candidates. It's also important, as Sanjay said, for you to have done good projects for your internship, because that's how you learn, and it will be easy for you to adapt into the corporate world when you move there. But I also know that not everybody gets a good internship, and some people just don't get a good internship at all. But what I've often noticed, when we visit the campus, is that students just pick up projects And as Molly also had pointed this out, that, they pick up projects which have been like handed down from what seems like generations. And I wonder how many corporate computer science students have done the ticket reservation project. Start thinking beyond that. If you do not get a good internship, that's okay. Do your own project. Learn something new. Get some like-minded people together and maybe build an app. But do not talk about some project that you've copied and not done yourself. Let's assume that even if you do not get a new idea and you want to copy a project, even if you do take a hand-down project, make sure you actually implement it before you put it in your resume. Believe me, recruiters know. And if they go deep into questioning, you will falter and will never clear your interview. On a lighter side, I'll share an incident with you. We were once interviewing a candidate and we randomly asked him a question about his hobbies. He gave an answer he thought which was safe. He said gardening. Unfortunately for him, my colleague was an avid gardener and he asked him a few questions for which the candidate obviously had no answer. So my third tip is to all the students when they're preparing for the interview, please do not say anything that is not you. Be true to yourself. People taking your interview are people who will recognize that what you're saying is not what you are. So be true to yourself. This will also help you in the long run. It's a very, very important thing. I'd like to sum this up, I'm sure, I can go on and on, but I'd like to summarize this by saying, as a colleague of mine always said, remember the 3 T's: teach, tailor, and take control. Teach yourself about the organization, about the job description, about the culture of the organization. Once you've done your research, tailor your responses accordingly so that your answers are best suited to you, true to you, and best suited for the organization. And once you've done this, take control of the interview. Be confident. Put your best foot forward, and I'm sure you'll crack it. All the best to all of you. And over to you, Molly.
प्रज्ञा मैम ने बड़ी ही सरलता से सारी बात समझा दी. Thank you, Pragya ma'am, for telling the right kind of attitude one should have, and I'm sure these better notes are of great help to the aspiring candidates because we are not only here to learn, but also to see what the experiences count.